And can we be enlightened? Ano po ba ang dahilan? What are the stories and the reason behind this huge amount of pending claims of hospitals? This is 59.6 billion.
May I respond, Mr. Chair?
If I remember it correctly, Mr. Ledesma, during the last hearing, we requested for certain documents to your end. I think we requested for the computation of the premium rate reduction proposal, the update on its digitalization projects, and as well as the collection effort. Were you able to submit it to the COMSEC?
We are going to submit it this morning, Mr. Chair. In fact, I just requested for it now.
Okay. All three documents?
Yes, Mr. Chair. All three documents, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
Thank you. The chair would like to recognize the Honorable Luis Tro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to all our resource persons and good morning to the esteemed members of the Committee on Good Government. I wish to direct my questions to PhilHealth, Mr. Ledesma. In the previous sessions in the plenary, I recall that there are members of the 19th Congress of the Philippines who made privileged speeches about the delay in the payment of hospitals by PhilHealth Corporation. And I went over some records. I found out that it totals to the amount of 59.6 billion. That is for the end of calendar year 2024. So, may I first confirm this amount representing the unpaid PhilHealth coverage to hospitals, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And can we be enlightened? Ano po ba ang dahilan? What are the stories and the reason behind this huge amount of pending claims of hospitals? This is 59.6 billion.
May I respond, Mr. Chair?
Please continue, Mr. Ledesma.
Thank you very much for your question, Mr. Chair. And we are very happy at least gives us a chance to explain our side. No, if Mr. Chair, if you may allow me to pass on the Sir Renet, our SVP for Finance, will address the query. No, before Sir Renet addresses the query, Madam Chair, I just want to highlight to this committee that the payments of claims to hospitals from a year ago have been increased by almost 30 to 40 billion pesos. No, it shows how aggressive we have been in paying the claims to hospitals. So roughly, we pay around close to 15 billion a month, no, from previously around 12 to 13 billion. But to address your question, Madam Chair, a lot of it's on the denied and RTH side. I will allow VP Renet to explain in detail.
Just for purposes of clarity, Mr. Ledesma, you made mention about 30 billion and 15 billion payment of claims. Is that correct?
What I mentioned, Mr. Chair, was our total annual payments of claims to hospitals increased by more than 30 billion from the year before.
But
aggregate, Mr.
does
Chair.
it have something to do with the pending claim totaling to 59.6 billion?
Yes, Madam Chair, if I can ask Sir Net to explain in detail.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair.
If I may interrupt, for the understanding of the Filipino people, ano po ba ang kahalagahan nitong ating discussion about the delay in payment of claims of hospitals? Because in reality, with all due respect to PhilHealth, marami po akong naririnig na stories of hospitals who have suspended or even stopped certain hospital services. For some, they fully closed. And I even heard stories about employees, health workers, who were dismissed because of issues of delay in the payment of claims. So I am apprehensive that our intended healthcare system for the Filipino people might be affected already because of this delay, considering the alarming amount of 59.6 billion. Of course, we acknowledge na nakasandal din po, umaasa din po ang ating mga hospital dito sa claims na natatanggap nila from PhilHealth. And if they will be suffering from delay in the payment of claims, chances are baka ma-derail po yung services, just like what happened to other hospitals who have stopped already certain services, and for some, they even fully closed, no? So, for the viewing public, nais po nating malaman ano ang kaugnayan nitong 59.6 billion na pending claim with respect dito sa mga hospitals na naririnig nating tumitigil yung ibang hospital services or yung iba ay totally nagsasarado na. How true na may kaugnayan ang delay ng payment ng claim sa mga nangyayaring ganito sa ating mga hospital? Mr. Limshaco, please.
Mr. Limshaco, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, and magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. To address po the question, may I request to please flash the slide, Mr. Chair? Mayroon kaming presentation material para ma-explain po namin.
Comsec, may I request the Comsec to please... Ayan, ito na po ba?
Mr. Chair, I wish to request Mr. Limshaco as well to kindly laymanize the
Yes po.
presentation of PhilHealth so our fellow Filipino citizens will understand and somehow they will appreciate what is going on if they are encountering the consequences of the delay that we are talking about. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Honorable Luestro. Now, in terms of the turnaround time po, when you say turnaround time, ito po yung bilis ng pag-process ng PhilHealth ng claims from receipt, pag-receive ng PhilHealth po, hanggang sa pagpapalabas ng cheque bayad sa ating mga ospital. Ito pong graph na ito, nagpapakita po that year 2018 papunta year 2024, yung bilis o yung oras, yung araw ng pag-process ng PhilHealth po. Kung makikita po natin in the year 2021, pababa na po yung trend ng turnaround time. Ibig sabihin po, in the year 2024, as mentioned po, ay nasa 23.35 days po yung ang araw ng pag-process po ng PhilHealth. Now, ito po nagpapakita yung instruction ng PCO Ledesma po na ayusin yung sistema sa pagbayad na mabilisan po. Ito po ay aggregated po ito nationwide. Ibig sabihin, may mga hospitals, may mga claims na more than 23 days o may mga claims na less than 10 days po. So yung average niya ay nasa 23.35 days po. Ibig sabihin, yung isang buwan po na turnaround time na pag-receive ng claims, more or less nababayaran na po ng PhilHealth.